maniac known as the Hard-Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted,
and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet uncovered.
A new masked killer is on the loose in Hard Eyes, one of few new movies I'll be reviewing this week, along with some new films starring Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon, and Keoghan Quan. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Hard Eyes, a slasher that takes place on Valentine's Day as a masked killer known as the Hard Eyes Killer attacks any lovebirds on that romantic holiday. The main targets of the film aren't even a couple at all. They're an ad designer and a visiting freelancer who happen to order the same latte and be part of the same business meeting. The designer is played by Olivia Holt and the freelancer is Mason Gooding from the latest Scream movies.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Get killed, all right? What was...
Why would he say that?
They both decide to have a business dinner when the freelancer tries to be romantic and the designer thinks romances are phony, but the Hard Eyes Killer thinks they're lovers and he targets them. That is, if he is a he.
I didn't take you for a bigot.
Okay. Your dad jokes are top-notch. But I'm being facetious, obviously. Your jokes are cheesy as fuck!
Ellie! Ellie! Hold it! What are you doing?
Get your mind out of the gutter!
Yep. Come on. Come on. You got it?
Yes!
Oh, good job.
Thanks.
Hey, you good?
Yeah.
Like Isn't It Romantic, Hard Eyes likes to make fun of rom-coms and the people who hate them, and like Scream and Freaky, the movie likes to be bloody and funny, and two of the writers are Christopher Landon and Michael Kennedy, who also wrote Freaky. Director Josh Rubin, who also did Werewolves Within, likes to toy around with the rom-com genre while allowing it to take itself seriously. Parodies can be funny and serious to their material, and yet none of these adjectives overshadow one another. But he also does a lively job at entering it in slasher territory, and Holt and Gooding, who are no strangers to slasher films, have a silly and likable chemistry that makes them worthy survivors. This is a bloody fun date. Our next movie is also set on Valentine's Day, but is an action comedy that overexploits the Oscar-winning talents of Keoghan Quan and Ariana DeBose. It's called Love Hurts, and in it, Quan plays a successful realtor who used to be an assassin, and his past comes back to him when his brother, played by Daniel Wu, targets both him and another assassin who stole his money.
Marvin Gable. I thought a has-been killer like yourself would be scarier.
Who are you?
The thief is played by DeBose, and she admires Quan's work so much that she tries to trigger him, much to our annoyance. Not only is there a Goonies reunion between Quan and Sean Astin as his Texan boss, but there's also a romance between Quan's assassin and his co-worker that has better potential than the two leads. Love Hurts runs for 83 minutes, and it's one of those bad movies you're glad is a short one, like The Master of Disguise or Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo. It's all fights, violence, love songs featuring hits from Barry White and Hot Chocolate, and wisecracks that the cast and crew think are a lot funnier than we do. Quan got his comeback with Everything Everywhere All at Once, but Love Hurts is a go-away film. Our next movie is You're Cordially Invited, the latest comedy from director Nicholas Stoller, and telling the story of two people who booked two weddings at the same resort following a clerical error. Will Ferrell plays a father whose daughter is engaged, while Reese Witherspoon plays a TV producer whose sister is engaged, and because of the resort's mistake, they're forced to share the place.
Honey, do we know her?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go check us in.
I'm gonna go get us checked in.
Oh, no. We've double booked your weddings. What?
Ferrell and Witherspoon are so determined to make their brides happy that they try to overshadow one another with messy results.
He is using up all of our sunset. Half of the sunset is gone!
Sorry for a little late.
Did he just wink at me?
Ferrell's daughter, played by Geraldine Vishwanhan, and her bridesmaids have to act so melodramatic that it gets exhausting, but You're Cordially Invited is funny and good-hearted, not just for the comic situations, but also for how the two leads balance their humor, rivalry, and sweetness in their first film together. Sometimes it can be awkward and typical, and other times it can be likable and humorous. It all depends on how their characters deal with the screenplay, and how the screenplay deals with their characters. It's already a hit on Amazon Prime Video, but I still have time to suggest you RSVP. Our next movie also deals with rivalry, but not the funny kind I mentioned in You're Cordially Invited. It's called You Bring Them Down, and it's an Irish drama that also regards choices and sheep. Christopher Abbott plays a young man named Michael who is trying to keep his family's ram farm in check while dealing with a rival farmer named Gary, played by Paul Reddy, and his son Jack, played by Barry Keoghan.
Sure know what they say. We're just livestock. There's dead stock.
One night, 2 other sheep are found dead on Gary's property while others get maimed, and so this sets off a bad chain of reactions.
Here, what do you know about these rams?
We also see the emotional weight from both farmers and their loved ones, and this film gets pretty violent with no guarantees from the American Humane Society. After all, this is an Irish film. Bring Them Down starts off slow, but then picks up the pace when the attacked animals raises the stakes on both rival farmers. I know this movie will probably be overshadowed by some of the bigger new releases and even the Oscar nominees out right now, but I do know some people have good taste in smaller things, and given the fine performances from the cast, they should give this movie a shot. I'm glad I did. And our last movie is Parthenope, the latest movie from Paolo Sorrentino, who has made one terrific movie after another, but this might be his weakest. The story is set between the 60s and 80s in Parthenope, a Greek settlement in Naples, Italy, which is why the young lady played by Celeste Dalla Porta bears that name, as she makes a life journey of self-discovery and colorful characters. She goes to college to study anthropology, even though she can't figure out the meaning of that word.
Io non so niente. Ma mi piace tutto.
And she also has various romances, including a small fling with novelist John Cheever, played with utter cynicism by Gary Oldman.
May I join you?
No,
Why not?
because I don't want to steal 1 minute of your youth from you.
Parthenope is gorgeously photographed by Sorrentino's collaborator Daria D'Antonio, and Sorrentino is a brilliant filmmaker, no doubt, but his latest entry seems to be going through the motions and doesn't seem to have female characters worth appreciating. The title lady is beautiful, but there's no personality in her. Beautiful women can be passionate and expressive, but it ends up becoming demeaning in this misfire. Okay, recapping this week's new movies: thumbs way up for Hard Eyes, thumbs way down for Love Hurts and It Really Does, thumbs up for You're Cordially Invited, thumbs up for Bring Them Down, and thumbs down for Parthenope. And if you're wondering if I'll review Kinda Pregnant on Netflix, I'm kind of skipping it. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies.